is Kingstone, and I'm presenting the Roblox video. Roblox 1. This project was inspired by my interest with the terrain editor and Roblox Studio.
So did you like learning about terrain editor during your lessons?
Yeah.
What was your favorite exercise with terrain editor? Do you remember?
No.
Well, we did grasslands,
Editor.
we did islands in the sea, and we also did landscapes. Which one of your was your favorite?
Landscapes. Wait,
the
second one.
Oh, the island in the sea?
Yeah.
That's good. All right. And then what did you learn in your project?
During class, I learned about terrain editor and added terrain editor, which I used by my project.
All right. So
how
did you generate, or what do you use generate for in Roblox Studio? Do you use
generator? Terrain editor.
Yes, you're right. So generate is in terrain editor. Do you think we use generate to make big maps for our game?
Yeah.
All right. And then what category would generate be inside Roblox Studio for terrain editor? We have create, edit, and add. Are you sure?
Great.
Good job. And then what about add over here? Do you remember what that does in Roblox Studio? Alright, so remember, add just basically adds new land onto your terrain. And I know with add, do you remember how we would add new land in our Roblox Studio game? Or what is that like? Do you normally see like a teal shape that you would add with? Yes or no?
Yes.
And then what are the 3 shapes that we can see to add new land?
I don't know.
Well, do you remember if one of them is a cube, like a square? Yes or
no? Yeah.
And then the second one, would that be maybe a cylinder, like a can shaped? Yes or no?
Yes.
Do you remember the third shape to add land? No, the third shape. So we have cube, a cylinder, and then what about
cylinder?
Maybe the shape of this camera over here? What's that?
Sphere.
Yeah, so you have 3 of them. Cube, sphere, and cylinder. Good job. Now, right now, we'll go through the code example.
I use mountains, water, hills, and water. Oh, yeah.
Yes. Yes, you did. But good job. You got that right to generate this certain map.
And then I made Andrew with glacier and water.
Awesome. Good job. And then I wanted to ask a quick question. In here, did you use add or a different feature to make Andrew's face? Oh, Kingstone.
Material block?
For Andrew's face, did you use add or a different feature to make his face?
Add.
Okay, that's good. Even though you did use add, let's say I want to make his face without adding the new land. What feature would I use then? Would it be something like painting onto the face?
No.
Good job.
It's pink.
Yeah, good job.
It's pink too.
So right now we'll go through a quick demo of Kingstone's project. As you can see over here, we have Andrew set in this area. And he's right, he did use add to make his face. And I believe over here, there is, hold on. Yeah, so there's the pigeon that Kingstone made on the lake. He also made, I believe, a obstacle course with sinking traps, is that correct? And then there's a bit of a wall over here and some props that he made. And we'll go through it also as we demonstrate the rest of his project. Yes, and we'll continue this also in part 2. Hi, so this is Kingstone's part 2 for his final presentation. So as I can see here, it looks like he has a wooden bridge that he created. What kind of feature did you use, Kingstone, to connect these cylinders together to make this bridge?
Well,
You could say like the thing you used. So what thing did you use to connect these cylinders?
rope
And do you remember what type rope is in Roblox Studio?
constraints.
That's good. Now, if I run this, as we can see over here, it's going to...
Fall down.
Yes, it's going to fall down. Was that intentional, Kingstone?
The trap.
So it was a trap. Yeah, that's a good trap. But let's say I want to make this a proper working bridge. What should I do to make this hold up in the air? Do you want to say that louder?
Using constraints, using rope to
You said it right. To what?
connect to the big fat block, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, so you're right. But what would we do for this to hold up onto the block? What kind of feature would we use for the model for it to hold?
Anchor.
That's good. Yeah, good job. So we'll help use anchor.
The map
to
is
hold up.
already anchored.
Yes, you're right. The map is already anchored.
The hot dog.
Actually, that's a good third question that I want to ask you. But before I do that, I want to ask about this part of your map. So, can you explain to me what this part over here represents behind Andrew?
Is that blue?
It's a pool?
Yeah.
And then what's this glacier material that you used here for? What does that represent?
Glacier? Like
Yeah.
a flame?
Oh, a flame? Where? Alright, so Kingstone's telling me to go inside the water. Oh,
Yeah.
that's cool. So actually, for this flame, what feature did you use in Roblox Studio to make that?
Go to model.
The model.
Effects.
That's good.
I forgot it's actually also in home.
That's fine. And then how would I make this fire bigger if I wanted to with effects?
Size.
Size?
Now it's 5.
Yeah, good job. And then actually finally my last question deals with what you said earlier, which is terrain. The whole entire terrain is anchored. So let's say if I have something, maybe like a floating island that I made with terrain editor, if I play it, would that fall down or stay up?
Fall down.
You sure?
No, it'll stay up.
Good. And what's an example of that? This water over here that stays up when we play it?
Yeah.
So we can run this really quickly. When we run it, there will be no difference. It actually stays up, even though technically the material is water.
Speak.
Yeah, it's a pretty neat feature. Good job, Kingstone. So I think we could go back to your presentation. What's your favorite part working on this project?
Making obstacles for the players. I mean, my favorite part about working on this project was creating the different terrains to help the player go back up onto the map.
So, explain to me what's going on here in this first picture. How can players go back up to the map?
Swim in the water.
Do you think that's easier?
Yeah.
Cool. And then what's going on in this part, the second picture?
You walk on the planks, which it takes forever, and you swim on the water.
Okay, sounds good. Alright, we're going to stop here for the third part for Kingstone's final presentation. Alright, hello there, this is Kingstone's third part of his final project. So, what would you do if you were to continue this project, Kingstone?
Add accessory for the player, add tools for the player, add different models onto the map.
So, let's start with accessories. What accessories would you add for the player in your game?
The tent?
Well, a tent would actually be a model. How would you make that tent, actually? So what part?
Color. Wedge.
Good, that's good. So wedges in his game would be like triangle shapes. So he used triangles to make an overall tent shape. That's good. But what about accessories? What accessories would your player use in your map? Do you think they would use maybe like...
Nerf guns.
I don't know if that's appropriate for a game, Kingstone. What about something like a...
To wear?
A what?
To wear?
That's later. But what about for an accessory for the player to wear?
I don't know. To wear?
Yes.
Tools for the player. I know. Tools is this.
Well, yeah, tools is the center. Well, so let's focus on your tools right now. I don't think this session maybe would be appropriate or kid friendly. So I would say maybe would a flashlight work for your mat?
No.
Alright, well, what kind of other tools would you use?
Flashlights.
Flashlights?
Yeah.
That's what I said.
No, fire.
So, like a torch then.
Yeah, torch.
Torches for the player? That'd be a good tool. What about accessories? So that's, remember what accessories are?
To wear?
Yes. Accessories are what
Shirts.
players can wear. Alright, that's a good idea.
Blue shirts.
How would you make your blue shirts for your player?
Color. I mean, use the color. And I
Oh.
add a underwear.
You'll add a what?
Underwear sign.
Oh, so Kingstone said he wanted to add an image to his blue shirts. And how would you make the shirts themselves?
What?
For the player in your game. How would you make the shirts?
Block.
Okay, so like 3 blocks to make maybe like your torso shirt and then your sleeves, right?
No, the torch is, there's one block and effects and
Oh, no, the torch has the fire, but I'm saying torso as like your overall shirt, right? Yeah, it's okay.
block. I don't know how to make this.
That's okay. And then
I can use. I can use type constraint. No.
you're close. You can use a well constraint.
Oh yeah, probably.
It's okay, but good job, Kingstone. So my one last question for you is, do you remember the 2 important features of accessories and tools? So what makes them accessories or tools in Roblox Studios? I'll say one of them would be the actual accessory or tool icon themselves.
Tools.
But what's the...
Accessory
Well, what about the other feature? Do you remember what that would be?
models.
Close. Let's say we have like a model for like our flashlight, right? Would we name that flashlight or would we name that handle?
Hand.
Good job. So those are the 2 to make it
It
usable.
first come out as a flashlight. Is
Yeah.
the name.
Yeah, good job. All right. And then finally, what do you say, Kingstone?
Thank you.